Hello and welcome to Module 9 Session 3 to English with Teacher Henry. Alright? Well, this topic is kind of different. We're going to see something different and we're going to talk today about reported speech. What is reported speech? Remember, once again, we are checking their review. This is just a review for the A2 level. You are supposed to know this. This is the beginning of the B1. Yes, we are mixing all of the exercises and mixing all the grammar points. But this is reported speech. What is reported speech and how do we use reported speech? Well, it's pretty easy. Reported speech, it's used to talk about past facts, right? In other words, is the way that the news and reporters talk. So if you take a newspaper or if you watch the news with Javier Alarcón or with whomever, you are going to listen all the speech that they do on television in the newspaper as reported speech. What is that? You are going to say what happened to another person or what is the situation that previously was done in the past and how it's related or how you're going to talk about it in this moment. All right? So reported speech uses past facts and obviously uses most of the verb in past. Okay? But reported speech uses two special verbs. These verbs are say and tell. Obviously in past. Said and told. Right? It is called reported speech because you are going to say the information that another person said. Let's take the example like this. My father went to New York. My father went to New York. Yes? So imagine that your father was in New York, he bought this, he visited that, he watched a movie, he watched a show, he went to Broadway, and he was doing many things. In the reported speech, you are going to say what your father did or watched, or the general actions that he was performing in New York, and you're going to tell us. So reported speech is mainly also for third person. That's why it's the news of the reporters, because it's in the third person that you are going to say. So let's quote the father. Yes? So this is your dad saying, Broadway is full of life. Broadway is full of life. This is what your father said about Broadway. Another example. Fifth Avenue is always crowded. Fifth Avenue is always crowded. This is a sentence that your father said. Now you are going to report that sentence because you went to school and your classmates ask you, hey, your father on the trip to New York, how was it? Was it okay? Was it regular? Was it bad? What happened? And then you're going to start talking about the trip that your father did to New York. All right? And then is when reported speech comes. Using say or told in the third person. So you start, let's take the Broadway, the Broadway one. He told me, yes, he told me that, what I put that in parentheses because it's possible to use it or not possible to use it. It depends on you, on the speech that you're giving. He told me that Broadway, yes, he told me that Broadway is full of life. Yes, he told me that Broadway is full of life. Sometimes we do change the verbs and we put was full of life. This depends on the speech and where are you talking. Yes, regularly we do change. If it's present, we change it into past. That's why, because reported speech and it's past facts. So he told me that Broadway was full of life. We tend to use this, but sometimes we can use the present, but most of the time we change the verb into past. If it's present, it changes to past. Okay? So he told me that Broadway was full of life. Then, the other example, Fifth Avenue is always crowded. He also told me that Fifth Avenue was crowded. Yes? He told me that Fifth Avenue was crowded. It means that you are saying something, and check the verb, the main verb that we're talking about in this case is transformed into was, right? That's very important. That's why we use the reported speech for the past tenses. And there is a rule, and that I'm going to show it to you in the video that I sent with the exercises that I sent, in which that they explain how we change present to past, past to past perfect, present perfect to past perfect, and so on. There is a certain number of rules that divide the reported speech into what we have to do with the verbs in the past tense. Yes? What happens in the negative form? This is special in the negative form. Okay? Let's change the example so we can put also the negative examples. Yes? And once again, with the trip to New York, your father says, I didn't see any famous person. Yes? So once again, we change this into the reported speech and say, he said, let's work with said this time, he said, he didn't, well, that is also optional. He said, he hasn't seen any famous person. Yes? He said he hasn't seen any famous person. Why? Because past passes to present perfect. Present perfect passes to past perfect, and so on. Alright? So we have these rules of the tenses that we have to present into a chart. That chart is going to be in the exercises I sent you. Right? The reported speech, it's not very used in interrogative form, but still we can find some questions in interrogative form. but we don't because it's most of the time is an affirmation or a negative form of the tense. All right. So it's very important that you check the news. I'm sending you a lot of exercises with the news and reporters or videos that are showing how to do the reported speech and the rules on how they are transformed. You're going to see a chart like this in which it says present, yes, passes to past, yes, past passes to blah blah blah, and so on. So in the exercise and the videos I'll send you, this chart is going to be here. I don't explain it here in the video because it's going to take us longer than we are supposed to take, all right? In here, it's more important that you understand what is the reported speech used for. As I told you, the reported speech, it's for things, for facts that were in the past, but you are saying it or you are telling other people where to use it and how to use this, all right? And the exercises that I'm sending you are more into the transformation of the verbs, all right? So you have to check if you transform present to past or past to past participle or present perfect or present perfect to past participle. And this is the chart that you have to practice, but more into sentences that are done there, and they're going to ask if you do the verb shift, okay? So this is very, very important. Another thing about the reported speech is that we not only use the say and told. Yes, say and told. There are other verbs, yes, more than say and told, that refer to also as a reported speech. We can have explained, yes. The coach explained that we could blah blah blah. It's another verb. Explain, yes. Said, told, commented, expose. Yes? So all of these verbs are going to be in simple past because we say he said that, and remember that is very important. Okay? With the exercises that I'm sending along and with the videos that I'm sending along, you're going to have all of these verbs into one sheet of paper, and you can compare with it. But the most important part is the backshift transformation of the verbs. So in the exercises I sent, please work on that and tell me if you have any question with the video and the transformation in reported speech. Reported speech then is for wrapping up news and reporters. Okay? Thank you very much. See you in the next section, session 4 in Module 10. See you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.